Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today. Today is, what is today? The 26th of February, I think. It is dreary out. We are in that weird spring's trying to pop in and winter's still here during the night. So we've got semi-warm days and cold nights, and it's mud season around here right now, which is always fun. Today I'm sitting down with the weather being what it is and filming a couple videos to get caught up. I'm also dyeing some yarn. I'm doing some knitting. So maybe I'll throw in a few little bits and pieces of my day into this video just to show you. But today I am hopping on to do some unboxings. I've already mentioned this, I think, maybe in a video in December, that I had ordered a couple of subscription boxes for yarn and things, and I think I showed you the two of them. I ordered 3 of them just to try and see what I thought of them and how I liked them and stuff. So we're gonna open one of those today that I got. And also, I have another box that I ordered that we'll see. Hopefully we'll do a little bit of spinning on this video too. So let's jump into it. The first thing I'm going to open is the subscription box. This is from, and these came last night. I did pop the tape, but I haven't opened them yet. Do you know how hard that is to do? But I wanted to open them with you. So this is the Woolen Women Fibers yarn box. And from what I can tell, they put these out monthly, and they put a lot of different boxes out. So if you're looking for a knit or crochet yarn subscription box, this might be the place to go, just because of all the options and choices they seem to have. So this is the February box. Just a couple little pieces. They've got clubs you can join, and this is the Rodeo and Romance box. It's probably going to be flipped for you, but that was the February box. And it comes with, let's see, oh goodness. Yeah, it's really pretty. It comes with, oh, and you can also, it looks like there's a pattern download that they recommend to use with this yarn. Yep, so you can take the code and go on to Ravelry and download the pattern that they recommend for it. So starting off, I have a Love Spell candle, which you can never have too many candles. Cherry Blossom Vanilla Peach. Let me smell it. Oh, that's different. That wasn't what I was expecting. It's yummy. It's more of a, it's not as fruity as what I thought. So that's really good. Huh. So we've got that. We've got a lanolin lotion bar, Black Cherry Merlot. So it's just a little stick. Sometimes these ones that come in the winter are these kind of sticks, the lanolin ones and stuff. Oftentimes you can put them on your hand, even when you're working with fibers and yarn, and they don't stick. I don't know if this is one of them, but I know I've purchased those before where in the winter you have dry hands, and that tactile thing is always hard. And so I'll let you know if this one is one of those that you can put on and it doesn't really bother your knitting or crocheting or your yarn work. So I got also, let's see, little stitch markers. These are from Sam's Tiny Trinkets, and I think she's a part of the Woolen Women. So it's a heart and a little cowboy hat. So those are cute. And then so much stuff. Oh, little journaling stuff, it looks like. So there's some papers and washi tape and a pen. How cute. So let me do this correctly. That's just a little, in a little gift bag here. Maybe a bonus throw in. There's still more. Then I have this cute little project bag. And this is also their brand, Woolen Women. fibers. I guess I need to do some more research on this company because there must be a huge amount of women that work within this entity that it is, because there's so much here. And then the yarns. Aren't those colors gorgeous? My birthday's in February, so I am a February, bring on all the, not necessarily pink, I'm a purple fan. I love purple, that's my favorite color. So, and this burgundy is just gorgeous. So this is, I think the colorway is called Rodeo and Romance. Yeah. So this is a fingering weight, 80/20 merino nylon, and there's 400 yards in here. So that would easily be some socks or something. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this will be something else. But so that is my first box that I wanted to show you. Again, these are the Woolen Women fibers, and you can find them online. I'll try to remember to link the pages below, but they have lots of different options. And then my next unboxing, which I'm shocked it got here when it did. This was in a different package and it came from New York, and I thought it was supposed to come from Georgia in Europe because that's where these are made, but there must be a distributor or something or here in the United States. So I wanted to pop this. I opened up the package that it came in to make sure that this is what it was, and it was. So I did pop the tape, but I have not looked at it. And this is from, I need to tell you what it is. It is from Crivelli, and these are handmade drop spindles. Sorry, they do make drop spindles. This is a supported spindle. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know if I've mentioned it. I think I have a couple times. I am going to be at the Mitten Homesteaders Conference again this May, which is in Lake Odessa, Michigan, and I will be speaking. But I'm also teaching a workshop this year, and that is going to be on drop spindling. So if you're in Michigan area and you're going to be at the conference and want to learn how to drop spindle, there are classes this year. There's lots of classes, actually. There's quite a few of them. So a lot of us speakers are going to be teaching, and so they're bringing in workshops this year, which will be really fun. So you'll get to learn to drop spindle. So this is... all right, before I open this, so this is how I originally learned how to spin. I've talked about this before in other videos and things, but when I took my class, the lady who taught it taught us on these little spindles here. And these are called supported spindles, and she had little dishes for all of us to use, and she just made these. You can make a real simple, and it's been a long time since I've spun on this, but I did used to make yarn on this when I first started out. You can make these very simple. She took a knitting needle. I don't know why that was so hard this morning. And she took a porcelain bead is what this is, and then glued it on there. And that made the drop spindle. You would want to make sure, if you're doing that, that your bead choice actually is like a porcelain glass, something that's got a little bit of weight to it. If you put on a plastic one or something, you're not going to get much spin, would be my guess, because there's just not much weight there. So this is how I learned to spin originally, and then went into the drop spindle. So I ordered a handmade, and I think this one was walnut. Oh, and they're so pretty. So here is my little support dish, and I have this one too. So pretty. Put this down, and here is the spindle. Now, if you see these, follow these guys on Instagram, because there's lots of different kinds that they make, and different woods and all of the different shapes. So we are going to attempt, I did bring some fiber. We'll see. I may have to pause this, practice, and then come back. I have not done it in a long time. But we're going to see if and I might have to re-angle. Oh, maybe I can do it here. I'll have to re-angle the camera a little bit. So I brought, so this is from Crafty Housewife Yarns. This is their luxury fiber. I think this was a December. I don't know if she still has this. Maybe it was January. This is 2 ounces of merino silk, Rambouillet, Fire Start, and Bamboo from Crafty Housewife Yarns, which I think she's going by the name Feral Scene now. Try to remember, link her below. But Erin has beautiful subscription boxes also. She has a Braid of the Month club. She has yarn, like what I opened here where there's a bag. Sometimes she'll have specials on those. So she has a lot of fiber and yarns that come from small farmers like myself also. So it's great to support her. So we are going to do a little spinning. I'm trying to think of which hand. I'm thinking I'm going to go this way. So yes, I'm going to turn you just a touch there. And I'm going to draft this out a little bit because again, it has been a long time. And if my muscle, brain memory muscle isn't there, I'll pause this and come back. And you know what? I have to pause and come back anyways because I need a leader on to get this started. So let me pause you and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So a leader is just a piece of either cotton thread yarn, or this is just a piece of my own hand spun, but you just need it. The little ends help you to grab. There's a couple different options with that. I'll show you real quick. And I didn't look and see. I'm assuming that I don't know if they have any videos on. I did not look up on YouTube to see if they have a YouTube channel, but your leader just kind of gets tied down here. And I'm trying to remember, do I have to do, it's been a while, but we're going to try this. Nope, I needed a little bit less. Your leader is your string that gets you started onto your, whether it be your drop spindle or, let's see how this does. I'm going to have to practice, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, guys, I am back. This is super interesting because I've been spinning for a really long time, and I just took a few minutes. I took maybe 10 minutes to play with this a little bit, so I just wanted to give you, this is by far not a what to do when you're support spindling. I just wanted to give you the basics of it. And I am probably going to keep playing with this because it is very intriguing to me. And so with this one, this is the one that I learned on, and she made these, I was talking about the leader. These are made just like regular drop spindles so that there's this distance here. Where she did have us do a leader, that's what the pink is right there. So it was tied underneath and wrapped around. Basically, that's how you do a drop spindle also is you have the leader tied to it, and either there's a hook or you do a slip knot on it in order to hook it to the spindle. And so this is kind of the same idea as that. And then as you spin, you just attach to the leader. I did get some spinning done here. But I did not do it that way here. To get this attached there, I don't have a leader at all. I just took, and like I said, I drafted out. You don't want to grab a huge amount of fiber when you're doing something this delicate. You want to draft out your fiber so that you have just a thin amount, and you don't want it real long. Anytime you're drop spindling or spindling, support spindle, you don't want a real long, this actually might be too long for beginners, because your ends can end up getting wound up in here somehow if you have too much. So what I did to get this hooked was I just took a piece on and I kind of wrapped it around the end here, and I started just twisting it, and it created my leader. So there's that. The other thing you're going to want to think about when you're doing this is, are you going to spin right or left-handed? I personally, on a wheel, I spin opposite as most right-handers. So I think, and I could be wrong on this, and it might not be a right hand, left hand thing. For me, when I'm spinning at the wheel, my right hand is in the front doing this drafting, and my left hand is back managing all the fiber. Where a lot of right-handed people that I know do the opposite. I cannot do that. So I always say, do what feels right. When you're doing spinning, it might not be a right hand, left hand thing. Somebody might say, well, if you're right-handed, you have to do this. If it doesn't feel right, switch it and see if that's what it is. Because I know for myself, I'm pretty sure I spin opposite of what a lot of my friends that spin do. So get that feeling of which is going to draft the fiber and which hand is going to spin your spindle. I have decided right now on my right hand is spinning, my left hand is drafting. I will tilt you down because I'm working off my lap. I was trying to figure out a way. It's probably best to do this at a table or something as I'm learning more and as you're a beginner. But here just was too high, and I'm trying to get a good filming angle. So we're going to do it on my lap. And also remember that when you are spinning fiber, whether it be a wheel or a drop spindle, you always want to go the same way for putting it, doing your singles, and then the opposite direction to ply those singles. So I always spin clockwise on my wheel to put it on and counterclockwise in order to ply it. The same holds true for this. So you really have to think about which way you are flicking this spindle in order to make it spin. So you want all of my fiber right now, I am clockwise spinning it, and you want to stay consistent throughout. I am going to angle you down, and this isn't pretty. I am really, again, I've been spinning for 20 or plus years now, and this is a real struggle. So I'll show you how I'm holding it. And again, this is going to be a personal preference for everyone. I think everyone is going to be different to some degree. But I'm going to tilt you down and show you how I'm doing it, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully my lighting cooperates. I just have my little, for purpose of filming, I have a little glass cup in here, and then I have my support just sitting in there on a tissue, so it's even. And I have this is my right hand, this is my left hand. And so what you're going to do once you get that started, you're going to want to hold, just a minute, let me make sure you see all my hands here. We are going to, in the flicking part of this, there's a lot of practice, I think, that could go into that. You might just want to sit here with your spindle and just flick. And you can see it. I think you guys can see it spinning. That's the motion right there, is this flicking motion that gives it the spin. Keep in mind, if you make your own one of these, this one is quite fast, as you could see. It's got some nice spin to it, but there's not a lot here. And so if you had a bigger piece here, the longer you will spin. This has great spin, but it's not going to spin very long because there's not a wider base here to give it that momentum to keep going. So how I'm doing this is I am holding my right hand and drafting with my left. And so I'm going to flick and make sure my fiber is just kind of coming out of the point or the peak of my spindle. And I am just spinning and getting spin. And then that's putting spin into, I think if you look up, you can see that that's spinning into the fiber all the way up my hand. And that is support spindling. So then we've got the spin on, then we take it and we just roll it back up on there and do the same thing again. And I'll draft, spin it, and then draft it. and then spin, and then draft it. And of course, not being in a video setting, I would be playing around with this a little bit more to see if there's a different position that I want to be in. But then that is basic support spindling. And again, this is a very inexpensive way to get into the spinning wheel, or spinning world, I should say. You don't need a spinning wheel. And remember, a lot of ancient tribes and things like that back in the day, this is how they did all their spinning to have stuff, which always blows my mind, because you're talking, all of the stuff that would have been hand spun back in the day may have started with a stick and a rock, put together with a piece of leather or something. So, and I know that the way I'm holding this with my hand in the front doesn't help you. So maybe I will just do a little bit of video from behind me and maybe from the table just to show you. But yeah, this is basically all there is to it. You're flicking, and that's, again, if I were gonna, as I practice this and get better at this, I'm going to practice this flicking much more than what I am here. And then it's just drafting and pulling the spin into your fiber, because that's what you're doing. And I would make, this isn't a great setup. So again, I'm trying to do this for filming. Another thing is, if you're going to make your own drop spin or own supported spindle, if you wanted to start doing this, you could use the double-ended knitting needles, or you could use the wooden ones too, and then just something like a bead or something on here. That's a great way to start. But to find like a dish, the support part itself, go to antique stores and look for glass dishes, look for, maybe these wooden dishes. You might find one of those in an antique store or a thrift store. All you need, these are just like custard dishes, I think. And this would actually work to some degree too. Let me just show you. You don't have to buy this. So this does work too. It just needs a support to it, is essentially all that's doing. So that would be a great place to find them. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you get to create something today. Bye.